Sorry about that. That was a little intermission. My phone is going off with my messages, and that kind of interrupted this process as I was recording. Okay, like I said, you just snap these back on. Sit down. It's back in. Now, the thing is, you want to put, okay, I'm going to show you the side of that lens that I was talking about. Right here where you can see my hand behind here, see it's shaped like a C. And this side is straight through like a hole. So you put that side back on that arm first. Like I said, I'm doing this with one hand. Like I said, slide it back on. Now, here's the trick to doing this. Once you get it back on, see, I got this already in a bent shape. So when I lift it up, it's tucked under. You want to hold underneath of the lens at the same time while you're doing this. Slide the lens all the way back down towards you until that C piece down there meets right with the other bar. Once it reaches with the other bar, start to pull this bar down. See that right there? And pow, there it is right there. And hold it in place slightly. Reason being, well, I'm trying to make sure that my tabs down here are laying nice and flat. You don't really have to hold it because it'll sit in place. Then take that little metal piece that you had taken off. It only fits one way, which is this way, and there's the screw hole that lines right up. Okay. Now, it'll usually lay a little flatter. There you go, see? Because I'm holding this slight pressure on it. Now, I gotta try to hold the camera and that. Okay. Drop your screw back in there. And once you get the screw started, you can let it go. It will set the own pressure to hold that bar in the right position. All you gotta do is just screw it in, but don't tighten it too tight. Just a little torque that is tight. And look, it's moving the bar into place where it needs to be. And there you go. It should move freely like that. That means it's properly back in the position that it needs to be until, oops, I gotta get my tabs folded under right. Until you add your arm, your laser arm, back on. Now, don't forget to do this step. Now, it's fairly simple. It goes on this way, the way you took it off. As you flip it over, see the spring, there's a spring right in between that, and then right here on this edge is a little groove that the motor right here runs through that. So what I do, I put right where the screw hole is, see that? The screw hole. Put that down on the lens first. But you can slide the lens anywhere you need it to be to put this on, doesn't matter. But you put it in that housing first. It lands right on. Then this little piece right there, see how it lays over? All you have to do is once you get the housing laid down on the lens properly here, then you just bend this little piece, pow, right there till it fits. It goes through that little groove. And the spring is right where this hole is, so it's beside it. That's what gives it the pressure, I guess, right here to feed with the lens motor. That there's rivets on it like a drill bit, and it helps it move. Once you get that, you take your screw that came out of there, drop that back down in there, screw it down, and it only takes a couple turns to get that down. And then I usually do this. I hold down on the top of this. As long as I see that little thing turn, it skips going backwards this way. But when you do it this way, it rotates, as you can see it. But when you do this, sometimes it moves, sometimes it skips. But I know it will work properly once I put it back together. Now, what we're back to is this. You bring your casing back over, which hopefully you left it upside down, and you come and just drop this in. Now these little black rubber things on here, sometimes they'll, pop up from trying to put them on these right here, which they fit around them. Right there, and right, well, my lighting in here is a little, it's bright in here, but for the camera, and I guess what angle I'm in. Like I said, you take your lens piece, drop it back down on there. I usually start with that front end right here, going towards the motor first. I see, oops. I see one of my, hold on. Oh, sorry. I have it actually the wrong way. You want to turn your lens back over, I'm sorry. You don't want the lens facing upwards, you want it facing downwards. And it goes this way. Sorry. That motor should be right here close to that motor. So like I said, I usually drop this piece in first, because I will clean my lens. That's why I have a towel up here. But I drop this end in first usually towards that motor, around them housings, and then look, voila, it just pops right down there. Take your 4 screws, put it back down in here.